Here in St. Louis, we are at the center of many successful companies, the largest of which is Boeing.
So I'm an engineer. I am a mechanical engineer by education, but here at Boeing I do more of an aerospace role. I'm an integrator on some of our existing platforms with new technologies. I think the work we do here is really pretty extraordinary. We're all about supporting our men and women in uniform, kind of supporting the warfighter and taking the future fight that we have anywhere but here. And we also support a lot of commercial work too, so we're taking thousands and thousands of people a day from one part of the country to the other. So it's neat to see the impact that we can have from a fairly small community here in St. Louis to reach across the globe.
So I work on a team called Horizon X, and the mission of that team is to find opportunities that the other business units in Boeing would not or could not pursue, but still fall within our strategic scope. So it's a team of about 40 people, and then specifically I am a product manager on the team, so I'm developing the product and technology and business roadmap for a couple of novel and non-traditional products. Horizon X specifically is working on a number of different innovations that are focused on the future. We're looking at areas such as space, artificial intelligence, drones and autonomy and UAVs, so that's unmanned aerial vehicles. We're looking at logistics, and then even disruptive mobility, which is looking at changing the way that people and things are moving around the planet.
You look around you, this room here is filled with some extraordinary machines. I love airplanes. I have since I was a kid, and there's really no place like Boeing to see that product kind of take flight. So we provide a pretty great resource, I think, to the St. Louis community. There's a lot of tours that we do, a lot of community outreach that we can with local high schools, local middle schools, elementary schools, a lot of STEM, K-12 outreach programs. Not to mention the volume of economy that we kind of drive through here. There's tens of thousands of people who work here in St. Louis, and that's a lot of families that we support. And I think you can really see that impact when you look at the overall St. Louis community. Across the nation, you see Boeing airplane every time you go to an airport, and you see our military jets flying, in sporting venues, or if you're lucky enough to work here, you can see them outside every day.
Just look around. I think Boeing has products from the depths of the ocean all the way up to outer space and everywhere in between, on the ground, in the air. And there's no other company that I know that has such a diverse product portfolio, and I've had the fortune of being able to work on a few of those products in St. Louis. It's a good question. So one that comes to mind that's pretty big is our TX program. That is an advanced pilot training system that we're building for the Air Force. I think the work that I get to do is really exciting. I've had the fortune of being able to work on some really cool projects. I think the biggest thing for aspiring engineers that I had to learn was don't think that you have to look a certain way or have a certain background or a certain skill set. There are a lot of really challenging problems in the world that we have to solve. There's a lot of problems that are going to take a lot of different minds, and so I think it's important for you to look at your strengths, look at what you can bring to the table. Don't think that you have to be the best in math to be a good engineer. Don't think you have to be the best in something else to be an engineer. Find your strengths, and find an opportunity area that you're really passionate about, and run towards that.
So the real advice I have is to be generous. Where your value is to the company and as an individual is not the work that you do alone, but how well you interact with those around you. So work on relationships, ask questions, find out what somebody else is doing, and find out how you can help them out.
Don't forget about Boeing when you're looking at engineering if you want to get into something that's really exciting.